What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Hey, in this video I wanted to share with you guys some big plays that I had, but also a couple of missed opportunities that I had to make some big plays. So see what I did right and see a little bit of what I did wrong and what I could have done better in those moments. So these are all taken from my trials runs with Hovey and Manny yesterday. So here's the first play I want to show you guys. And starts off well. I'm going to push in here and just grab a little bit of special, but as I do, both my teammates go down. So the very first thing that I want to do is I want to get into a more manageable space, and this is a kill box here. I've got high ground all around me. It's not where you want to be. So I'm going to actually jump up into this room here, into A, and use these choke points to bait guys in. I use the one doorway as a place to drop that grenade, a scatter nade, and then I can have a 1v1 inside A, and then I can push one of the ghosts because I don't want him to get a revive, and use my grenade to prime the guy in my primary to finish him off. So just getting into a more manageable space is one of the things that contributed to me being able to clutch that round out. Now here is another, well, I would say this one is a missed opportunity. So it was a close call, but I did a lot of things right. I bum rushed to where they are, had them bunched up on that ghost, but notice my timing was off, okay? Half a second later, and I would have killed at least two guys because the revive had just been up, and now he gets immune time. So I only get one kill with it, and the placement was off, so the third guy was just outside of the reach, and I was unable to clutch this one out. So let me show you exactly what went wrong here. So the first thing I could have done differently is wait until I see the revive up before I drop that Nova. That would have given me maybe at least a double kill with the two guys on the left, and then I'd only have to worry about the guy on the right. But since I mistimed it, I only get one kill, and now I have to deal with two bum rushing shotgunners. I drop one grenade, but it's not in the right place. I primary one guy down, and I'm left with a 1v1. Now, I go for the thing that I think is going to give me the best chance here. I'm assuming this guy's at full health, and that's the wrong assumption. So I switch to my sniper to go for a hipfire melee so that I can maybe, just maybe land that hipfire shot and clean it up with the melee. But all I needed to do was get one bullet for my primary in him first. So if I just stuck with my primary, gotten a burst off, not had to worry about the weapon swap time at all, just stick with the primary, hipfire melee, I would have at least traded with the guy. But since I decided to go for the no-scope melee, I end up missing the no-scope bullet, and the melee is just not enough damage to kill the guy. So had I known that he was primed a little bit, I could have stuck with my primary and made that happen. Now, me, Hovey, and Manny went undefeated across 3 cards this Friday, which is uncharacteristic of us because we tend to just derp around a lot. But we had a really good day at trials, and this was the closest match we had. You can see it is 4-4, and we are left to make some plays. Manny's down. It's just me and Hovey. So Hovey gets a pick. Now we know they have 2 bubbles, so I'm just praying that one of the guys that Hovey sniped is one of the bubbles. That way we only have to deal with one on the capture point. So they drop one. I have a Nova, so I go ahead and burst this bubble so that we can fight it out for the capture point 2v2. Now here's where the problem comes in, is the other guy was not the other bubble titan, so the other one that was alive still had a bubble. They drop a second bubble, and we know that it is now or never. He's got it a quarter of the way captured, so I'm going to bum rush in. Now I jump and then slide just to try and throw off his target acquisition a little bit. As I'm in here, I get a no-scope melee on him, and then I throw this scatter grenade in the bubble, and I jump out so I don't get tagged by it, and I get health regeneration from the kill. It pops the bubble. Hovey comes in to clean up the last guy, and we win the match. This was a very tight match. GG to those guys. It was a fantastic match. So that was probably the most fun, intense match that we had all day. I know I really enjoyed it. I did have fun playing on my Hammer of Soul Titan, my Sunbreaker, and had a couple of nice supers with it. Now here is we will call this one another missed opportunity. So what happens is I come in here, I get the one pick on the guy that's not expecting it. Now, freeze frame here. So let me tell you what the right decision would be. He is pretty much absolute. He's got less than half health. The right decision here is to jump up over where he is between these 2 pillars. That's the right call. Easy accuracy. with the sidearm, I can finish him off no problem. Instead, what I decide to do is shade step around the corner. And here's what happens. Even though he's facing the opposite direction, the aim assist on shoulder charge gives him this 180. And this is the exact next frame, by the way. And he shoulder charges me out of shade step. So the right decision would have been to not play with fire, just jump up high over the guy and get my last shots off. And I would have had a 1v1 after that, and we could have potentially won that round. This here was a nice quick team wipe. I get the one snipe, and then while Manny has the aggro here, I help team fire the second guy down, and then I'm sliding and using the cover to make an easy approach to finish up the last guy that I body shot. And in this next play, you'll see another team wipe, where I probably could have played this a little bit better, but it still worked. So here's how it shakes down. I get the one snipe, and then I slide in here to try and get a beat on the second guy. I jump up on the wall so that I can see him. Now I saw him, but no, I'm just going to tuck in here and wait a second because I've got Hovey down to my right. I want to wait for him to take some aggro. Now that I see bullets going through the doorway, I jump up over to help team fire the guy down. Now, unfortunately, Hovey fell victim to ghost bullets with the last word and was only able to connect one bullet. And so he goes down, but I am able to finish off the next two guys. So maybe if I had pushed half a second sooner, Hovey would have stayed up. And, just in case I wasn't able to finish that last guy off, that would have played out a little bit better. Now, this next play is only 2 kills, but it was 2 really hard-fought kills. So I thought they were worth mentioning because they showcased some good mobility. Now here I get myself in trouble initially. I choke on a body shot, and now I am absolute. So I jump and try to wombo combo, but my smoke is just barely not cooled down, maybe a split second. So I only get the grenade off. It does a little bit of damage, so I follow it up with a shade step and then a controlled directional jump in the opposite direction just to throw off the guy's target acquisition, and I'm able to get in my shots before he can. Now I'm left in a 1v1 here, and my smoke is now cooled down, so I use that. I throw it on the orb, the guy moves into it, and that gives me a chance to make a high approach and get my shots off to clean up the last guy. So long story short, guys, this is one of my best tips for getting better. This is what I do. I watch a ton of my own gameplay, and I critique it. I look at it and I say, what did I do right in these situations, and what could I have done better in these other ones where it didn't necessarily play out the way I wanted it to. So that's what I do. I would recommend that you guys do the same thing if you really want to improve. One of the best things you can do is watch your own gameplay. And with next-gen consoles, that's really easy to do, to record your own gameplay. There's a lot of cheap capture devices out there you can use. Another cheap way of doing it is to use Twitch. Make a Twitch account, stream it, and go into your settings and opt in to save your recent broadcasts. And then you can go back and watch them. It'll be a little bit lower quality, but you can still make out all the details that you need and critique your own gameplay that way. So hopefully this has been helpful for you guys, and we'll catch you in the Crucible.